Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. This video is all about load balancing demo which I showed in one of the live load balancing class. So before going to the demo, I would expect you to go through the video of the concepts, because in this video I'm going to use those concepts. So before watching this video, just go through go through that video. The link of that video is there in the description, and once you complete that video, then come back to this video to watch the demo of live load balancing. Thank you. And if you have already watched, then just please continue watching this video.
Okay, so for the demo, I have created one simple sample server. So this server actually has two endpoints. One is hello endpoint, and one is health check endpoint, and one is hello world API. So it's just nothing. It's a basic Spring server. It is not doing anything fancy. There is a single API right now. Actually, there are two APIs, but for the users, there is a single API. Another API is just for the health checks, which I actually pointed out to you guys, right? Like load balancer needs an API where it can do health checks. So for that, every server needs to create that health check endpoint. For that, I have created one, and one endpoint I have just created for hello API, right? So it just takes /hello and it runs hello world from which server port it has running from. I'll show you what server port means, and it also creates a log. And to mimic the actual scenario, like it is doing something, it is making some database calls, or it is it sticky session. I'll come to the questions towards the end. Let's complete the demo first. So yeah, I've created I've created some wait or sleep in the API, so as to mimic some actual production behavior, like create some thread sleep of 50 milliseconds. Then in the settings, I have created the maximum threads as one, so that so just as to ensure that we limit our server at single thread only, right? So what does that mean is ki at a time only single thread will be serving the request. Accept count means that number of requests that a server will accept. These are all Spring Boot or Java concepts. You can learn them later on. I just created or configured it such that you actually mimic the server which is running in production, so that it get loaded, and then it starts sending some failures, and then we put the server behind the load balancer, and then we will see we are able to now serve more of the requests, right? So let's just see that. Let's just run this server. So I have this thing. If I show you run all web servers, so run all web servers, it just runs all the servers. The server that I have run, it just build them first, and then no, it doesn't build. The build is already done, but it runs them on different ports. So it creates 4 copies of the same server which I have created, and it runs them on 4 ports: 8081, 8082, 8083, and 8084. So if I show you again, it has created 4 servers. So if I just tail the server number 84, and I will tail server number 81, so you can see both the servers have started now. So if I now put the request to them, earlier they were failing, but if I just send the request to hello API, it will pass, right? All 4 of them will pass. So it will return hello world from 8082. It will return hello world from 8083. Hello world from 8084, right? So as we can see, all of our 4 servers are up right now. Let's try to put some load on it, right? Like earlier we saw the server that we had in our example in PPT was able to handle only 4 requests at a time. Let's try to see how much number of requests our server is able to handle at a time. So let's try to put some load. Let's start with 10 users or 10 threads at a time. So let's see how do we get. We just put the load, and all the requests worked fine, and we get 0 as the errors, right? The error rate is 0, and all the requests finished. So we are good with actually 10 requests. Let's try to increase the amount of load. Let's do binary search, maybe. Let's try 50 now, and let me just clear it. Let's try to see 50. What does 50 does? 50 works fine in the beginning. Now if you see, after some time when the load starts, the error rate also started coming. Like if you see it clearly, in the beginning, just see the load is less, and towards the end the load when the load is high, the error rate will increase, right? The requests are going, error rate is still 0, then the error rate increases, right? So as you can see, as the number of requests are increasing, the error rate is increasing. So that means your server is actually not able to handle 50 requests. So let's reduce it to 25, and let's see if we are able to, if we are good with it. So 50 we put them, and 50, sorry, 25, 25 went very good, like 0% error rate again. Let's try something like maybe 40. How does it goes? 40 should show somewhere around 20% errors, I think. Okay, it showed 50% errors. Okay, so 40 also showed some errors. Let's try 30 then. So 30 actually did not show any error. So we actually know, 30 to 40 is somehow the break-even point for our server. Our server is able to handle all the requests up to 30. And as the requests go from 30 towards 40, the error rate starts coming up. Let's not try to find the exact break-even point so as to save on the time. But we actually know like 30 is the one which the server is able to handle, and 40 is the one which the server is not able to handle, right? Let's try some other server. The server that was server number 8084. Let's try 8081 if we are getting the same behavior from it. Let's clear it and then run it. So we are 30, still no errors, so we are good, right? So we can see like all the individual servers are able to handle the same load, but together, how do you combine it, right? Let's try 40 also here. Does it work? Does it show error too? Yeah, it's also showing error at 40, the other server. So as you can see, both of your individual servers, the break-even point or the number of requests that they are able to handle are actually for 30. Sorry, I just saw the comment of zoom out. I don't know how to zoom this thing. mm, Actually, this jmx thing I cannot zoom out. I'm really sorry, Abhishek. um, Other things I can zoom out, so I will zoom out those. But this JMX thing I cannot, JMeter thing I cannot zoom out. So what you can actually just take this as a thing from this JMeter is we have found that our server, that individual server that we have built, that is able to cater load up to 30 requests at a time. And as we go above 30 up to 40, the server start throwing some errors. As this is actually the same as we saw in the PPT, like our server was able to handle only requests up to 4, and as the load increases above 8, the server was not able to handle it. How did we solve the problem over there? We added a load balancer over there, right? So we are again going to add a load balancer over here. The load balancer that I'm going to use is HAProxy. HAProxy is a very popular load balancer, and Nginx is again also a very popular load balancer, which is used everywhere. So you can learn about them in detail. Let me just increase the font a bit. Yeah. So now if you see the config of HAProxy, these are some of the default configs on which are required for HAProxy. These are just the template params. I think I took them from the site. The main part is here. We have configured the HAProxy, like we have 4 servers at the backend: 81, 82, 83, 84. And we have also defined what's the health check endpoint for each of them, right? So slash health, we have declared as the health check endpoint, and that's why we had to declare one API which will return okay from the health check endpoint. If it doesn't return okay from the health check endpoint, then the load balancer will think that the server is down and it will not send the request to that server. That's why you need the health check endpoint, and it will poll to this server, to this endpoint after every some time. By default, HAProxy uses 2 seconds, but it's configurable. So, but I have not changed the 2 seconds thing, so it will do the health check after every 2 seconds. So now let's put HAProxy in between. I'm putting HAProxy at 8080. So if you see right now, 8080 is not working right now, right? It's showing error. So let's put the HAProxy. Let's start it. So now HAProxy has started. If you just okay, so HAProxy has started, and as you can see, your servers have started getting, health check calls. If you see over here, after every 2 seconds, HAProxy will make a call to those endpoints of your each of the server, and they will have to return um, true over there, or maybe okay, key I'm good. Let's connect to this also. Like you can see both of your server, actually for all four of the servers will be getting, since I had this small screen, so I could not show the logs of all the four servers. So like 8081, 8084, just the two servers I took as example, and you can see health checks are coming to both the endpoints now. And again, if you go to this site, 8080, you can see you are getting the request served now. And if you just keep on reloading it, you will see the round robin is happening, right? First it goes to 8081, then it goes to 8082, then it goes to 8083, then it goes to 8084, and then comes back to again. That's the default algorithm of HAProxy. By default, HAProxy uses round robin. There's a config for it to change the kind of algorithm that it uses. But yeah, by default, it's round robin. And as you can see, we have bind it on 8080. That's why it is running on 8080. Let's try to put some load on HAProxy now. Okay, so let's just disable this thing and enable this thing. So earlier we were actually capping ourselves at at 6 at 30, if I remember correctly. At 40 we were getting errors. Let's try with 100. We should be good with 100. So if you see 100, no errors actually came, right? And both of your servers actually work very fine. And if you see, your request actually came to both of them, hello API over here and hello API over here, right? Let's try to increase it even further. Let's try to increase to 150. 150 also worked fine, right? And if I increase it to 200, then it should throw some errors, right? Because uh, each of, or let's say 250, some higher load, then it should throw errors because each of the server had limit of 30 we saw. As you can see, it started throwing errors because individual servers would have also started throwing errors, right? Because they would have increased the limit of them. Are you able to follow me, right? So let's try to take one server down now. So until now we are able to scale our system from single server to multiple servers using HAProxy, and we can see instead of just handling a load of 30 requests at a time, it is now able to handle requests up to 150 or 200 requests at a time. Any doubts in that? After that, I'll try to take one server down and I'll show you still we are able to serve a request.
HAProxy is the load balancer here,
Sorry?
right? HAProxy is the load balancer.
HAProxy is the load balancer, correct?
HAProxy is a concept or it's a
It's a
particular
service. It's
copyright or
a product actually, open source product.
Acha.
There is one more which is called Nginx, which also works as a load balancer, which is actually very very popular again, which people use. But yeah, okay. So let's go to let's try to make one server down. So let's see what all processes are running. So we have four processes, and let's put down 8081. So server ID is this. So let's just kill it. 196.6.6. So I have killed this server, and if you see it again, it's not running anymore. And as you can see, after every 2 seconds, since the HAProxy will be doing a health check to it, it just detected that the server number 2 is down and the connection was refused, and only 3 are active now. So it actually detected, and when we do the calls to the HAProxy again, you will see that 2 will not come into picture and you are still able to serve your request, right? So 81, 83, 84 is only coming, and your system is still available even if your one server is down. Similarly, if you attach more number of servers, then also your system will be available and more scalable because you will be able to handle more requests at that time. That's almost it from my side for load balancing for now.